Good morning, respected Jyoti Huda ma'am. Myself Kirti, class 5.10, roll number 5513. My presentation topic is norm in Q omega and related theorems. Now, the definition of norm in Q omega is that let xi is equal to a plus b omega be any integer in Q omega. Then norm is of xi is defined as norm of xi is equal to a plus b omega into a plus b omega square. On solving that, we get that a square minus ab plus b square. Now there are some related notes. First is that we have norm of xi is equal to a square minus ab plus b square. So if we subtract or add 1 by 2 b square का whole square and we add 1 plus b 1 by 2b का whole square, then we get that a square minus ab plus b square plus 1 by 2b का whole square minus 1 by 2b का whole square. On solving that, we get a minus b by 2 का whole square plus 3 by 4 b square. That implies that norm of xi is equal to 0 for xi is equal to 0 and norm of xi greater than 0 otherwise. Now the second is that if we have norm of a plus b omega, that is equal to a square minus ab plus b square and that equal to a plus b omega का modulus का square. Now the third is that it can be easily verified that norm of alpha beta is equal to norm of alpha into norm of beta for all alpha beta belongs to Q omega. Now there are some remarks. Definition of divisibility, unity, associate and prime in Q omega are same as those in Q I, that is Gaussian integer. Now let's take the theorem. The unities of Q omega are given by plus minus 1, plus minus omega and plus minus omega square. Let's take the proof. Let a plus b omega be any unity of Q omega. Then norm of a plus b omega is equal to 1. We know that the norm of a plus b omega in the previous slides that a square minus ab plus b square is equal to 1, and if we add and subtract 1 by 2 b का whole square, then we get that a minus b by 2 का whole square plus 3 by 4 b square that equal to 1. Implies that we taking LCM, then we get 2a minus b का whole square plus 3b square is equal to 4. So the only solution of this equation are if we taking a and b's values. If we taking a value a plus minus 1, then we get b 0. If we take a is equal to 0, we get b plus minus 1, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, a is equal to minus 1, b is equal to minus 1. So that the unities are plus minus 1 plus minus omega plus minus 1 plus omega, or we can say that 1 plus minus 1 plus minus omega square. So that's the proof of the theorem. Now there are other theorems related to the norm in Q omega. The norm of a unity in Q omega is 1 and any integer of Q omega whose norm is 1 is unity. Now let's take the proof. If mu is a unity, by definition of the unity, mu divides 1 and then there exists an integer eta is equal to a plus b omega in Q omega, such that if we take such that 1 is equal to mu eta, and we taking norm on both sides, norm of 1 is equal to norm of mu into norm of eta. Then from the note we note number 3rd in the previous slides, we have that norm of alpha into beta is equal to norm of alpha into norm of beta. So we using this norm of mu eta is equal to norm of mu into norm of eta. So norm of 1 is 1, so 1 is equal to norm of mu into norm of eta, and then by the definition of divisibility, norm of mu divides 1, norm of mu is equal to 1. So let's take the second other hands of the theorem, second half of the theorem. Let norm of, now we take norm of a plus b omega is equal to 1. We know that the norm of a plus b omega is a square minus ab plus b square is equal to 1. So we taking the identity here, a plus b omega into a minus b omega is equal to 1. So by the divisibility, a plus b omega divides 1. So a plus b omega is the unity. So now let's take the second theorem. An integer whose norm is a rational prime is a prime in q omega. If xi is equal to a plus b omega be any integer in q omega such that norm of xi is equal to p, where p is any rational prime, we have to show that xi is a prime in q omega. Let's take xi is equal to eta sigma, where eta and sigma belongs to q omega. Then norm of eta sigma is equal to norm of xi is equal to p, that we take in the first part of the theorem. So norm of eta into my norm of xi is equal to p, because we know that the norm of alpha into my beta is equal to norm of alpha into my norm of beta. So we using this, so we using here, then we get a norm of eta into my norm of sigma is equal to p, that is a prime. So but p is a prime, we know that p is a prime, so either norm of eta is equal to 1 or norm of sigma is equal to 1. Hence either sigma or no, eta or sigma is unity, and therefore xi is a prime in q omega. There are some references related to my topic, Gaussian integers and norm of q omega, and a book, reference book. And thank you so much.